Okay, page 40 of your book. Now, what is a summary? In the test, you will see this 1 or 2 times. You will have a passage. This is called your passage. And you will have a question like this. There are many blanks. I forgot the Korean word for blank. Pinkan. Yes, I remember. Pinkan. Okay, now there are many blanks. The first thing that you need to do is always you have to check your word limit. That's step number 1. Okay, you have to know how many words can I use? Where can you find the word limit? Usually at the top of the question. So let's read no more than 2 words. That's your word count. Everybody say no more. Maximum. If you write down 3 words, if the idea is correct, but 3 words, wrong. It will automatically. Okay, so you have to follow the word count. Tonight we will learn how to answer this fast, organized way. I know you can do this. If you have 24 hours, you can get perfect score, isn't it? But you only have very short time in the test. So we need to have organized method. First thing, word limit. Next thing, go to the question. And you need to find out, guess what word you're looking for. What does that mean? You need to consider, am I looking for a noun? 명사? Am I looking for a verb? 동사? Or am I looking for adjective? Let's have an example. How do we know? Let's first go to number 1. Okay? First, you need to consider word limit. Step 2, look at the question, and you need to think. Is it noun? Is it verb? Or is it adjective? What am I looking for? Okay, so how do we do that? We need to study a bit of things. For example, if you see the word at, what is usually following at? Place, exactly. So, we usually follow it with 명사. At, noun. And this is specific place, isn't it? So, in your notebook, I'd like you to write this down. At, usually place, and the place is specific. Sometimes they will give you a name of a place. If you have in, there are 2 options. Number 1, it could be a country, or number 2, it could mean year. Have a look at this example. Born in Paris, in Paris, in year, isn't it? So 2 possible options. John, you know, sometimes when we're talking, we use at for time. Everybody say at. 3 o'clock. At 6 p.m. Never. In reading test, they will never ask you time. Okay? It's always at, place name. Okay? Now, the next thing that you're going to do, okay? At, place, in a country or year, the next thing that you need to do, step 3, is you need to find your keywords. Okay? 1, word limit. 2, question. And then 3, we have to look for keywords. What are key? Remember, what are key? Verbs, adjective, negative, and number. Good. They are very important because they will paraphrase that. Everybody say key. Verbs, adjective, negative, number. Always. Listening and reading. We've learned that. Let's have a look at first number 1. Where do you think is our keyword here? Do we have a verb? 동사. 없어. Do we have an adjective? Al. What does al mean? Adjective. Everybody say formal. National. Formal. Right? That's an adjective. And we have a number first. Okay? Now remember, in the test, your keywords, verbs, adjectives, negative number will be paraphrased. Try to avoid the same word. I'd like you to think about formal education. Everybody say formal. Education. What does formal education mean? A bit of vocabulary. In English, we have two kinds of education. The first kind is formal, and the second kind is informal education. Formal education is in school, university, college, high school. Informal is learning from experience, or what we call street learning. Have you heard of street English? Street English? Some people come to Australia, they don't learn English in school, and so they learn from their friends. They learn many slang words, but they can't use English for IELTS because that is street English. If you go to America, street English is like rapper English. Hey, what's up, my man? You know, that kind of talk. But that's not formal style. What is another informal style of learning these days? Where can you get some skill or information outside the school? Video from the internet, isn't it? Many people learn something from internet. I learned how to cook kimchi from the internet. And that is called informal learning. Everybody say formal. School. Informal. Good. So we have two words to help us. First one is formal education and first. I'd like you to now scan. Can you find some word that means formal education? I'll give you about 5 seconds to do that. Ready? Start. John, I found formal education here. Okay, let's have a look at the paragraph. This part here, first, second, and there is the word formal education, isn't it? Formal education. Let's put a line on that. In my class, I always emphasize, focus on one thing. What is it? We always have to avoid same word, isn't it? That's what we learned in listening and reading. It's the same word. In IELTS, that is called a trap. You know what's a trap? Why? Have a look. Everybody say formal education. No. No formal education. That means it's not the answer. And what did I say? You have to put, if you see negative, a triangle. Gives you a signal about that. First, formal education. But in here, no formal education. So it's impossible. That is not the answer. Which word did you find meaning formal education? In the passage, did you find any word that means university? Good. Where is that? Here. She entered London University. Formal education. What about the word first? Everybody say first. Start. What's the paraphrase? Enter. To enter enter means to start, isn't it? Paraphrasing. Now let's go to the bottom. What's the question? Let's read again. First, formal education at, what's the place? London University. Important rule. Everybody say at. Place name. When you answer name in English, listening and reading, the first letter should always be capital, isn't it? Big letter. L and U. Okay? Next rule. I'd like you to write this down in your notebook. We know at is place, in is a country or year. These are very special words. A or an. Okay? You will always have one question about this. A, an. Always remember, when you write a or an, we write general nouns. That means you never answer with i름, with a name. Did you get it? Some people get confused with this. A, Australia. Like this. A, Australia. Very wrong, isn't it? Remember, a, an, general noun. What does general mean? Not name. Everybody say a table, a doctor, a nurse. Good. Always general noun. Never answer with a name. Okay? Right. Let's have a look at this question. Worked as a blank in Italy. What are we looking for? General noun. Very good. Where do you think is our key word here? Verb, adjective, negative, number. Do we have a verb? Work. Good. That means it's a job. Higher level for work, it starts with letter O, occupation. Another word, it starts with E, employment. And one last, it starts with letter C, career. Everybody said occupation, employment, career. Not many people remember. Everybody say work, occupation, employment, career. Good. And we have a marker. Remember what is a marker? Marker is name or noun. Italy is a marker. Why? Country name. Starts with letter I, capital. Italy cannot be paraphrased. Italy is Italy. So I'd like you to scan Italy first. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds. Can you find Italy? That was quick. Less than 5 seconds, isn't it? Good. Next. Where did we find Italy? Question number 1 is here. This part. That means number 2 is after that. IELTS always follow this order. Number 1, number 2. Got it? So, where did we find Italy? Here. Italy. Good. Next, we need to find work. Everybody say work. Job. Can you find in this sentence any job? What's the job word? Nurse. Good. What about the word work? How is the word work paraphrased? Join. Good. Okay? So our answer there is nurse. Good. Okay. Yes, good question, Mina. Here, you have this one, nurse, core. It reads like corpse, isn't it? But we pronounce it as a core. Everybody say core. John, where is the P? It's French word, France. And in France, it's a nightmare for spelling and pronunciation. They never match each other. So this is core. Core simply means group. Okay? Core is group. So the job is nurse. Okay? Next, let's go to the next one. Look at this one. Studied at School of Oriental Studies. Don't get surprised. John, I don't know the word Oriental. That is fine. There's no question about it. Also, there's something very important. What is it? Oriental Studies. It starts with a big letter, isn't it? Capital O and capital S. That means it's a name. Everybody say name.
Name.
Can you find that word? I'll give you about 5 seconds to find School of Oriental Studies. Did you find it? Where is it? After number 2. Good. So we have here Italy and then School of Oriental Study. Why is that important? It will act as your marker. The answer will be next line. Do you understand? So don't waste time here. Got it? The answer will be after that. Now, let's go to the next question. Traveled to Lebanon, where she learned blank. Okay, let's go to your notebook. Today we are learning a couple of things. Everybody say at, place name, in, country, year, and general noun. We also need to have this very important thing. Your best friend for summary is subject, 주어, 동사, verb, 목적어, object, SVO. We always follow this method, okay? We know in English S is always noun and object is always noun form. Do you understand? Everybody say subject. One more time. Subject.
Subject.
Object.
Object.
Noun.
Noun.
Okay, it's 명사. Let's have a look at the question here. She traveled to Lebanon. She learned blank. She, subject, learned, verb, O. S, V, O. What are we looking for? Now, very good. Next step. Let's think about the keywords. Do we have any keyword here that can help us? Travel. What is a paraphrase for travel? Journey. Wonderful. Lebanon is our marker. Why? It's the name of a country. So it's easy to find Lebanon. Can you find Lebanon? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to find Lebanon. Ready? Start. Where can we find Lebanon? Here? Next part? Lebanon. What year? 1927. And we have the word travel. Next, we need to find our key word. What is our key word? Study. Try to look for a paraphrase of study. Everybody say study.
Study.
Educate.
Educate.
Learn. Where can you find that? Traveled Lebanon. 33. Saved enough money. Upsayo. Continue. And while She studied Arabic. We'll follow the pattern. S, V, O. Isn't it? Match. She studied Arabic. She learned Arabic. Notice that Arabic starts with letter A capital. What should you do? Copy same method. Capital A. Okay? So we'll write Arabic.